Welcome back to the Mana Curve, where today we're going to check out this Liliana Planeswalker deck. Now, again, for new players, if you are just starting out Magic in, well, I guess right now, August 24th, 2020, picking up any of these pre-constructed decks is a really decent way to just pick up and go. Now, granted, you want to get some card sleeves and maybe a box just to protect your cards. But as far as a pick up and go and being able to get out there and have some fun when and if possible, then this is definitely the way to go, is just a pre-constructed deck. Now, I will say Liliana, she's actually one of my favorites as far as, card choices. I don't think I've seen a Liliana Planeswalker that has been, just ultimate, turn her into a coaster. This one definitely is, it's not a bad card at all. At this present moment, it is worth, I think, $8.80, which this whole deck itself costs $13. So if you're looking for MSRP or just want to make sure you're not getting shafted out there, with the face card and with the fact that you get 60 cards and then one 15 card booster pack in there, you should get your money, or at least break even, if not close to. But if you're looking at packs or anything like that, if you're ever trying to price anything out, don't go for the pack and whatever's included in that, because that's completely random, and you can very well not hit, your money on that one. So anywho, let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what all you get inside it. So first off, in the back, you're going to get one deck box, 60 card deck. And then you get actually a code that you can play on Arena online. You get one 15 card booster pack, and you get a strategy insert and 2 reference cards. So that's just what you can see on the outside. And again, you get this foiled one here on the front, which I'm not sure. I don't believe they come in packs. Okay, so I spared y'all the expense of trying to see me open a box because I am box challenged. As a friendly reminder, this is, the card you get. And unlike the Chandra Planeswalker deck review I did, this one actually popped out pretty easy. So I don't got to worry about bending it or anything like that. But sometimes it can be jammed in there. And if this is worth $10, you don't want to rip it or anything like that. So just be mindful. Here is the deck box you get. Now, granted, it's paper or anything like that, and if you're new, I would recommend something just a little harder, but it is good to start out. Just be careful about getting it wet, and again, grab some card sleeves. So again, you get the pack of cards and Liliana. You get your Core 2021 booster pack with 15 cards. And you got your strategy insert. Now, I will say, if you're looking at this strategy insert, so this playing the deck, it gives you, terms, death touch, flash, indestructible. On this, it doesn't really tell you how to play it, but we'll go through it anyways. Playing the deck, the nice thing about being a necromancer is that you're never short on help. Treat your creatures as disposable resources and get valuable rewards when they die, either in combat or by your own hand. Lost something you really care about, you also have cards that return your most crucial servants from the grave. So terms of note: death touch, any amount of damage a creature with death touch deals to another creature is lethal and will destroy the damaged creature. Now, if you are attacking a creature and it has indestructible, that creature does not die. Yours may, but that one definitely doesn't die. Flash, a spell with flash can be cast at any time you could cast an instant. Indestructible. A creature with indestructible can't be destroyed by damage or by spells and abilities that say destroy, such as destroy target creature. If you have anything that says exile, you can definitely get rid of that creature. To my knowledge, it's that or sacrifice. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, and that's the only creature they have, or something along those lines. Liliana, the multiverse dead heed the call of Liliana Vest. A master necromancer, she believes the best way to deal with a problem is with a horde of ravenous zombies. Recently freed from a demonic contract, Liliana has more possibilities than ever before. Will she return to her friends in the Gatewatch, who she was forced to betray, or will she forge her own path, probably made of zombies, to a brand new future? So anybody who doesn't know the story of Liliana Vest and War of the Spark, she actually has her own pretty much video where she just turns around and attacks Nicobolus, and some stuff happens. But if you're ever into the lore, there's plenty of videos out there. I will admit, lore wise, she is one of my favorite. I will kind of probably clip that video while I'm talking here, that way you can kind of see it. But she's a definite badass. That's probably the best way to explain it. They do have a before you play here at the top. The 60 card deck is ready for battle, so don't start adding new cards just yet. Play a few games to understand how your deck works, then open the included booster pack. And on the back, it just pretty much says what a Planeswalker is. This ability down here, you once per turn, anytime you could cast sorcery, you can activate one of your Planeswalker's loyalty abilities, either minus or plus it. Once it goes to 0, it's pretty much dead. Things can attack it. That's probably the easiest way to explain that. Alright, so let's put that over there. Let's go ahead and look at the cards you're going to get. So you will get one Liliana Death Mage, foiled, with 4 generic, 2 black, legendary Planeswalker. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That's your +1 ability. So that's kind of where you get that graveyard recursion effect. Her -3 ability, destroy target creature, its controller loses 2 life. And that's her second ability. Her -7 ability is target opponent loses 2 life for each creature card in their graveyard. And with her at 4, it's going to take at least 3 rounds of that +1 ability in order for you to get that, and you can cast it once and then she's dead. So me personally, that's really going to, it's not a bad move. It's definitely something you would want to play after like a board wipe or something like that clears all the creatures out. But on this move itself, I'm not sure how effective it would be in a 60 card game, because on turn, if you're looking at this on turn 6, this is kind of late game for any, well, I would say mid game for, what is it, Commander? But definitely late game for 60 card, standard deck. But just depending on how quickly you can get her out there and what's happened in place, it can be kind of subjective, but any damage is any damage. And again, that's 2 life for each creature card in their graveyard. So that's pretty, sweet ability. And the fact that you can be returning your creatures at that time as well, not an ability to shake your fist at. Okay, so to just kind of show you, there's an arena code back here. It says free to play, standard, draft, sealed, and more. Play anyone, anywhere, anytime. Magic the Gathering Arena. Now on the back, which I'll blur this out, or at least attempt to, or delete it. On the back, you can actually bring this deck in there. So bring your deck into the arena. Use this code to unlock the digital version of Liliana deck in Magic the Gathering Arena. So you not only get this deck in card form, you also get it on Arena, which is always a good thing. Alright, so to move this along, you'll get Liliana Standard Bearer, which is 2 generic, 1 black. Flash, when Liliana's Standard Bearer enters the battlefield, draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. You'll get one of those. You'll get Demonic Embrace for 1 generic and 2 black. It's an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. You may cast Demonic Embrace from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to paying its other cost. So it has graveyard recursion if you discard it. And you get one of those. And then you will get 2 Liliana's Scorn, which is 3 generic, 2 black. Sorcery. Destroy target creature. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Liliana Death Mage, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. So that's just more ways to get your Liliana out. You will get Alright, you'll get 2 Bushmeat Poachers for 3 generic, 1 black, creature, human soldier. 1 generic, tap, sacrifice another creature, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness, and draw a card. That's actually not bad, depending on what you're sacrificing. And if you have Liliana out, it definitely works in that. And then you will have 3 Durable Coil Bugs, creature, insect. With 4 generic, 1 black, return Durable Coil Bug from your graveyard to your hand. And that's a 2/2 for, 1 generic, 1 black. So that's not bad. It kind of breaks even there. It's a lot for a recursion cost, though. But again, if you're short on creatures, that might be something you want to do. And then you'll get 2 Lurking Deadeye for 3 generic, 1 black, creature, human assassin. When Lurking Deadeye enters the battlefield, destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Oh, so that's not bad if you're chum blocking with small creatures. And that's a 4/2. So you get a creature and a kill spell out of it. And then you should be getting, let's see, 3 Grim Physicians for 1 black, creature, zombie. When Grim Physician dies, target creature and opponent control gets -1/-1 till end of turn. And that is a 1/1. So that's not a bad thing, especially if you match the previous card up with that and then keep pulling it out of your graveyard. You might get some hate on that. You'll get 2 Gourmand, 4 generic, 2 black, creature, demon. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Flying, trample. This creature deals excessive combat damage to a player or planeswalker it's attacking. So basically, if they don't block and have a creature that can absorb all 5 damage, the excess damage goes to its target. When Gourmand enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. So that's actually not bad when you You sacrifice a creature, they sacrifice a creature. So it's an easy way to get some blockers off the board. That is 6, so that is kind of late game. So you will get 4 masked blackguard. That's 1 generic and 1 black. Creature, human rogue. Flash. You may cast a spell at any time you can cast an instant. So for 2 generic, 1 black, masked blackguard gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So I'll make it effectively a 3/2, which isn't bad for a pump up ability. And you get 4 of those. You'll get 3 Liliana's Scrounger. That's 2 generic, 1 black. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, you may put a loyalty counter on Liliana Planeswalker you control. So that's a good way to get to her ultimate ability pretty fast, and that's a 3/2. So that's actually not a bad card. And you get 3 of those. You'll get 4 Spirit of Malevolence. That's 1 generic, 1 black. Creature spirit. When Spirit of Malevolence dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And that's a 2/1. So you possibly take out a small creature of theirs and gain some life. You will get 2 Unlikely Aid. That's 1 generic, 1 black for instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Damage and effects that say destroy don't destroy it. So that's not bad just for saving your creatures if you don't have blockers, and it's pretty cheap. You will get 2 Alchemist's Gift for 1 black instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains your choice of Death Touch or Lifelink until end of turn. Any amount of damage a creature with Death Touch deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. Damage dealt by a creature with Lifelink also causes its controller to gain that much life. And that's for 1. So that's a good, surprise spell, depending on what you're trying to do. You will get 3 Grasp of Darkness, and that's 2 black, instant. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. So with pretty much all these being small creatures that can't take a lot of just a lot of damage, that would actually pair good with this. For the most part, it's all focused around Liliana, of course. I think play wise, it's creature heavy, which I like creatures. They're great and they're consistent damage, and you'll usually only got to summon them once. And then you got just a couple of spells in here. But all these are at least meant to do something to bring her out or, come back from the graveyard. And then you will get 25 lands, which 1 is a basic land swamp that's not foiled. It's just pretty. So that is what you get in this deck. Now I will say it is a little land heavy just off the top. 25, you're probably only need 20. And that's for a regular, 60 card deck. If you're looking at mana curve, most of these, it looks like to be a 2 or a 3 as far as mana, is when you can get most of your stuff out. Now, granted, there's some that's 4, she's a 6. So if you don't miss a land drop, you should be able to get her out on turn 6, even with 20. Just at a glance, if I was to take those 5 out, I would probably throw in some kill spells or just other creature removal. Just because these are kind of small creatures, and as good as they are to die, and there are times you want to be able to just save your main card, especially if this is the one you're going to be playing around, which I'm not disappointed in the deck. I think this would actually go pretty good. If you're shuffling it, just shuffle it into piles, and you're going to do that about 6 times. Separate it into 5 different piles, put them all together, just randomize it. Although it, I will say, just out of the box, this should work pretty good. Again, it's not going to be competitive, but it is a good pre-constructed deck, and you got those 5 lands that you can take out, and the deck should still work fine, given that it's still a pretty low mana curve on this deck. So on this, it's somewhat graveyard recursion. Those are a little high, 6 or 5 mana and then 2 more just to get a 2/2 out. But again, that's one of those things that you just continually bring back. And as long as they're not pulling any, scroungers out of your hand, you should be fine. So watch out for those blue decks. I would say, all in all, the deck, it's a good constructed deck. It's going to work. Again, if you're going to make any changes right out of the box, take those 5 mana out, because 25 it's a lot of mana, I think, for a 60 card deck. Even when I'm playing, 40 card decks, the most I have in there is like 17. So not even half. So, that's the Liliana Death Mage. Now let's see what you kind of could expect in one of these packs. Just if you were going to try not to go buy any more cards. Okay, so on the packs, of course, you get your complimentary token. You get your dual land, foil swamp, scavenging ooze, cultivate, siege strike, eliminate, instant, destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. So that's some of that creature removal. Chandra's Magma, Mistral Singer, Dub, Rise Again, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's for 5. Plant Wall, Portcullis Vine, that's a 0/3 defender. Crash Through, Frantic Inventory, Makeshift Battalion, and Sure Strike. So, you get 2 of your 3 in there, and you get a foil swamp. Or 2 of your 5 if you take land out. Now again, I like the creature removal, so on this you're guaranteed to at least get 2. Or you should be at least getting 2. Yeah, it looks like 2 or 3 of one single color, and of course you'll get 1 foiled and 1, where is it? 1 mythic or rare. And Cultivate's not really a bad card, but that's not for black. So also in this you'll get, these 2 little inserts, which popular Magic format, standard, booster, draft, commander, and if you want to learn more, there's magicwizards.com formats, and it gives you a little turn by turn on how and it gives you a little turn by turn on how the game is played out on your turn and then next turn, so on and so forth. Attacking, blocking, what all that looks like, combat damage and how it's given out. So those 2, are always good to have on hand. But so that's the Liliana Death Mage. Again, not disappointed in the deck at all. It's going to work fine. If you're going to change anything right out of the box, it would be to just take 5 of those lands out, because it really is mana heavy. And although 5 doesn't sound a lot, that can be a difference between cards you can use and cards you can't use. Granted, you can really just get mana flooded no matter what. That does happen. It's all chance on what you're going to draw. You got 2 cards in here that will fetch her out, which will give you, just a better chance of, pulling this card out of a 60 card deck, or recursion her from the graveyard. All in all, it's a good deck, and I would definitely recommend it for a new player, again, because it's already pre-constructed and it's designed to work. Alright, so that's a look at the Liliana deck. Thank y'all for watching. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget that notification icon so you can be up to date on the newest videos coming out. Stay safe and have a great rest of your evening.